When the trigger is squeezed, sharp tap with a pointed instrument will explode the primer. To control this powerful explosion and direct the bullet toward a target is the purpose of all small arms weapons.
On March 8th of 2019, Captain Marvel hit theaters. I've never seen so much hate and vitriol for a movie in such a long time. People are still hating on this movie for the dumbest reasons now.
Are you going to give us any of those dumb reasons? Hashtag Don did nothing wrong.
And it came out months ago. Spider-Man's about to come out. Spider-Man. We're still talking about Captain Marvel.
As of this video, Spider-Man has not come out yet. So why would anyone be talking about something they have not seen yet? Hashtag Mr. Stark, I Don feel so good.
There were these new deleted scenes that started coming out, and I really enjoyed them. I thought they were good.
Oh my fucking god. You do? Wow. Hashtag Don Lives Matter.
But there was one deleted scene. Twitter, sometimes people just disagree, you know? Sometimes they just don't like a movie, and, you know, sometimes they just don't like women. They just don't like women.
Sometimes they don't like women. Wow. You know what? When I see a man say stupid things like that, I know deep down inside you are a woman-hating rapist. Seriously, I am not even kidding. Any woman in your life needs to get far away from you. Red flag right here. The police need to check your basement for the pit in which you starve women so that you can later harvest their skins. Hashtag Don with the sickness.
Let's actually watch this deleted scene. Let's watch this video. So Captain Marvel is minding her own business here, just reading, I guess, a map.
And Don sees a woman looking lost and in need of help, so he innocently offers her a ride. Hashtag Don worry, be happy.
And then let's get a douche.
A douche? The Don? He works with orphans. He once donated a kidney. Hashtag Don died for our sins.
Nice scuba suit.
All right.
You need a ride, darling?
And,
How about a smile for me, huh?
He's Southern, you jerk. Just because he speaks with a Southern accent does not make him a douche. Oh, wait. You think everybody who lives in the Southwest United States is a member of the KKK, right? Hashtag Don with the wind.
sexual harassment.
What? Do you know what sexual harassment is? If someone reported this as a crime, the cops would laugh at them. And just so you know, down at the soup kitchen where he works, he uses this line all the time to try and get people to feel better. He's just trying to cheer her up. Hashtag not all Dons.
People call me the Don.
God.
You skip over how she asked for a handshake. Hashtag Don stop believing.
You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
She just threatened to rip off his hand. Remember this, folks. It'll be important later. Hashtag baby Don hurt me no more.
So that's the scene. That's what people are fighting each other about.
No. You cut out the part where she then steals his bike, steals someone's clothes, and then almost causes a car accident. That's assault, grand theft, petty theft, and reckless endangerment. 4 major crimes in less than a minute. Hashtag Dawn of Justice.
As a guy, if I had superpowers and a dude came up to me and would be like, hey, you want to ride?
That tongue thing did not happen. Hashtag hands up, Don shoot.
If I can shoot laser beams out of my hands, that guy would be toast.
Wow, how very homophobic of you. Hashtag it's okay to be Don.
Let's go to Twitter. Marvel has created the worst, most unlikable hero ever.
Agreed. Hashtag I stand with Don.
Sorry, I don't find the hero of the film likable when she nearly rips off a person's hand and steals his stuff because he's a jerk-off. She didn't rip his hand off, dude. She just like twisted it.
You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Nearly ripped his hand off, and she did threaten to rip his hand off, which is what this person wrote. The fact you can't see this just shows me that you are probably a sociopath. Hashtag justice for Dawn.
Let's not forget Thor being a would-be warmonger.
Yes, and he was punished for it by losing everything. Hashtag from dusk till dawn.
Or Doctor Strange refusing patients to keep his perfect record.
He was offered someone in stage 4 of brain cancer, I believe. No one can help a person like that, so he wasn't even going to risk the malpractice lawsuit. And yes, the remark was kind of douchey, except he overcame this later because it was a character flaw. You know, it's part of his arc. Captain Marvel has this cutscene where she commits 4 crimes, and then in the actual movie, she straight up murders thousands of people by exploding their ships in space without basically giving them a chance to surrender. Captain Marvel doesn't start out amoral and gets punished for it. She starts out amoral and becomes a mass murderer. Hashtag, what would Dawn do?
Or Rocket Raccoon being a self-sabotaging asshole.
You mean the cute, fluffy animal who was tortured in an experiment on who is suffering from PTSD? Yeah, that's called a character arc, something Rocket overcomes. Hashtag, Dawn ever look back, keep moving forward.
Or Peter Quill compromising a mission to brutally kill dudes to get his Walkman.
He stunned them. If you look at the actual clip, the guy he hit in the head was the guy who electrocuted him while he was handcuffed. I think that makes the guy who stole the last gift he ever got from his dead mom an asshole and worthy of a blow to the head. Peter Quill is not the asshole in this case. Hashtag, who has a better story than Dawn the Broken?
He's right.
No, he's not. Hashtag, you know nothing, Dawn Snow.
I'm not saying everybody who hates this scene is a sexist, because that's dumb. But
when you say but, you are really saying ignore everything I just said. Hashtag, no one is ever really Dawn.
I do think that everybody who hates this scene would hate Wolverine. Wolverine is such a villain.
You mean those guys attack him in a bar and he defends himself? Why is this even being a comparison in your video? If you want to compare something, flip the genders. A woman goes up to a man and says, "Want a ride?" Then asks, "How about a smile? I'm offering to help you." Then the man offers a handshake instead, crushes her hand, electrocutes her, and threatens to tear off her hand if she doesn't give him her motorcycle. Now, how do you feel about that, you sociopath? Hashtag press F for Dawn.
Whoa, I never saw this clip, but damn, Captain Marvel is a villain. She straight hurts and robs a dude because he was a jerk to her. That's a villain.
Yes, Tim Pool is right. Hashtag I support Dawn.
You know, this would have never happened if Captain Marvel was never sexually harassed.
What the fuck? You have no idea what sexual harassment is, do you? Hashtag in Dawn we trust.
I agree, Sarah, Kamala's reactor. Woman defends herself from a man harassing her. Men on Twitter. Put her in jail. That shouldn't be allowed. She's evil.
It's called proportional response. He flirted with her and she never said go away. She then went straight to breaking his hand, electrocution, and threatening to dismember. That escalated kinda quickly in my opinion. Hashtag Dawn tread on me.
If you think these tweets are exaggerating, they're not.
Yes, they are, and you are insane. Hashtag in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape Dawn's sight.
Because we just saw a tweet that said this exact same thing, unironically.
Wow. You... Hashtag when all seems lost in the war of light. Look to the stars, for dawn burns bright.
Let's read the replies. Yo! What a villain, bro!
What the fuck? How is a guy trying to kill you with a sword on the same level as a woman offering you for a ride on her motorcycle? And yes, I can flip the genders, because men and women are equal after all. Or are you a misogynist? Hashtag Dawn cry for me, Argentina.
Captain Marvel, inspiring to lots of young girls.
Yes. Inspiring young girls to be afraid of a man who walks up to them because if a man offers to help you, he apparently only wants to rape you. Welcome to the death of courtship, folks. Hashtag, it's been a hard day's night and I've been working like a dawn.
We are arguing about a fictional film.
I hate this fallacy. It's fiction, so we can't argue about it. Well, then you can't defend this film either, because it's fictional. How dare you get upset about people attacking it? It's fictional. Your stupidity actually burns. You know that, right? Hashtag, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom Dawn that tomorrow there'll be sun.
In which a woman can shoot lasers from her hands.
Yes, she can shoot lasers. That makes this assault with a deadly weapon. Hashtag, pray for Dawn.
So before I go, I wanted to give you guys a quick rendition of what I think some of the people who don't like the Captain Marvel scene wanted to see on the big screen. So let's do it. Hey baby, need a ride?
You know what scares me? You actually think that happened. You and I both watched the exact same clip, and you really believe he did that with his tongue. I didn't see that. I didn't even hear that. It never happened. This is what being a social justice warrior does to you. It makes you insane. This man does not see reality the same way as you and I, folks. This is why I think Browntable's dangerous. Because anyone who can edit reality to this degree in his head is capable of doing anything. Hashtag, it's always darkest before the dawn.
Oh, hi. Can I use your motorcycle? Oh, sure. But only if I can give you a ride. Sure. Sure. No problem.
My experience has been guys like this, if they ever come into power, abuse that power severely. This is the guy who will someday rape a woman because he will change reality in his head to match what he wants. And then, after he's done, he'll think he did the right thing. He's a sociopath because he'd murder gays just for flirting with him, if he had half a chance or the ability to shoot lasers out of his hands. Some like this, they could do anything. Dawn was just offering Captain Marvel a ride because she was looking at a map. Brownstable, you only saw this as a request for sex. Dear fucking God, women need to avoid you like the goddamn plague, which, by the way, is running rampant in Los Angeles at the time of this recording. Hashtag, have you heard the tragedy of Don Plagueis, the Smiler? The rest of this video is shilling and a waste of time, so I will instead leave everyone with this. Don was born an orphan. He was an angry child, so to control his worst impulses, he joined the army so he could learn self-discipline. Don fought in the Vietnam War. After his friend Frankie tripped a mine, shrapnel took Don's leg. He went back to America and eventually married his high school sweetheart, Becky. Don couldn't have children anymore, so he and his wife adopted Timmy, an orphan, and they raised Timmy as their own. Later, when his wife died from cancer, Don swore he would do what it took to help people and tried his best to raise Timmy on his own. He knew his son should have a mother, but he just couldn't bring himself to date again. Becky left Don a motorcycle and a simple leather jacket. Don struggled with suicide for many years. Whenever he felt overwhelmed, he would ride around on his bike to clear his head. It was the only thing that helped him with his depression. Don took to volunteering at a homeless shelter. He tried to have a positive influence on others' lives, and when he saw people looking sad, he asked them to smile, the same way his wife would often ask him to smile whenever he was looking blue. One day on the way home, he stopped to get some cough medicine for Timmy, who was having a bout of the flu. Don saw a lady in a scuba suit holding up a map and looking lost. He drove past her several times, trying to work up the courage to approach her, making sure that there wasn't somebody else already helping her. When it didn't look like anybody was assisting this woman, he finally worked up the courage to approach her. After all, his friends had been telling him that it's been several years now and he needed to start dating again. Don parked next to her, and he started out with complimenting her scuba suit. He then offered to help her, and seeing that she looked upset, asked her to smile using his charming southern hospitality. When she asked him for a handshake, his heart skipped a beat. Even if this went nowhere, He was starting to open up again. He was glad just to be making a new friend. And as he took her hand, she crushed it, electrocuted him, then threatened to tear his hand off. She stole the only two things he had left to remember Becky by, his motorcycle and his leather jacket. Afterwards, he rushed into the nearest building and called the police. He pressed charges, but the U.S. government would later cover up the incident because Captain Marvel was too useful. Don would never get justice. Don wound up in the hospital because of his crushed hand. He had no insurance, and thus the medical bills bankrupted him. Without his hand, he couldn't work and lost his job. The state then came and took Timmy away because Don couldn't provide for him anymore. Then the foreclosure notices started arriving in the mail. Exactly 3 months after Captain Marvel casually ruined his life, Don committed suicide with a single downward thrust to the wrist. Hashtag Don, but not forgotten.
Feathers of black surround me. Lift my head and soar. With raven I will fly. Nothing is gone.